Hi team. I wanted to talk to you today for our meeting about the theme I Hope You Dance. And so I have a couple key points here that I want to make for those of you that couldn't be at the live meeting. And so hope you bear with me. I'll be sending you notes in the mail that this video can go with. So first of all, I have a 3-point segment to my I Hope You Dance. First of all, build the stage. Second of all, learn the music. And third, choose to dance. So first of all, build the stage. I don't like when people ask the question, what are my odds? What are the odds that I can make it in this business? What are the odds that I will succeed? First of all, I feel like that's the wrong question. What we do is not an investment scheme. It's not gambling. We don't have brick and mortar building and overhead and stuff like a Walmart. It's 100% predictable for the person that builds it. What NORWEX has done is created a pay plan, a product line, and when you build volume, then that's it. If you don't build up volume, you don't get paid. That's 100% predictable. There's no odds. There's no gamble. The only odds and the only gamble really is you. There's no gamble really other than you. This is a company, NORWEX, allowing you to go into someone's home with their logo on your shirt and present them. There's the gamble. It's you. NORWEX is in the business of building the stage. Like I said, we're not a brick and mortar company like a Walmart. We don't have overhead and buildings and inventory necessarily like that. Our stage is people. We are in the business of creating relationships. That is our stage. A decade or so ago, a man named Michael Dell of Dell Computers gave a talk at a business luncheon in Detroit, and his talk was about the new age and how we do business in the new age. His talk was entitled Michael Dell's 3 C's, and I want to talk to you about them today. First C is content, and that is our world-class product. NORWEX has nailed that. We have a world-class product for sure to be proud of. The second C is commerce, and this is how the money changes hands. We have a good pay plan for us consultants. We have a good pay plan to present a potential teammate. And so commerce and content is something NORWEX has down pat. The third C is community, and this is what Michael Dell couldn't figure out. He said whoever got a handle on community would rule the business industry or the business world. What Michael Dell didn't know was that his idea would become reality, but through someone else. Have you ever seen a car with a Dell computer sticker on the back? I don't think that I have. Have you ever seen the white apple with a bite taken out of it, a sticker on someone's car? Yep. Steve Jobs did what with Apple computers, what Michael Dell couldn't figure out how to do. Apple users get defensive of their gadgets. It becomes personal, and they think you're stupid for not using Apple, right? It's like Harley Davidson motorcycles fans versus all other brands of motorcycles. Is there something necessarily better, actually better about a Harley Davidson motorcycle? No. But the community, the following, the group that it has going for them is what's huge. And it's worth buying a Harley for that community. Even think about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their following is much more than just Pennsylvania fans. There's yellow towels and everything you can think of with Steelers logos on, more than any other team in the world. Isn't that crazy? Community goes beyond the idea of having a customer base. Community is right down evangelical. I know that's a Christian term, but you think about missionaries or evangelicals, and your following can't help but share what they love about your product, what they love about the company, what they love about your customer service, and what they love about you. So how do we build this stage called community? It's what you do and how you do it that determines this. First of all, you have to have people skills. Truly caring, time spent, answered questions, follow up, all of these things are important. The other thing is get around people that you want the results of. Do you know that you will be an average of your closest 5 friends. If your friends are husband bashers or negative or sarcastic or gossips, it's time to get around a different crowd. Get around people who lift you up, who point you to bigger things than yourself, who want you to succeed, and who have big dreams and goals and plans set in motion. You be the one to like on Facebook, click like. You be the one to like and comment welcome when you see a new team member of someone else come across the team page. I shouldn't, on those team pages, you can see how many people seen them. It'll say, 26 people saw this post, and there might be 2 likes. Well, on my team, I want all 26 of those people that see it to be 26 likes or comments or welcome. Let's be different. Don't let it pass you by. Don't notice, oh, it's not one of Kara's new recruits. It's not literally on our team, so I'm going to just pass it by. No, you click like. You be welcoming. Another thing is you outserve. You outgive, outcare those around you. You hear of another consultant that doesn't do follow-up and her business is just fine? No, you do follow-up anyway. Another thing about growing a community of followers is being hungry. Do you really want this? Do you have any fight left in you? Do you wake up dreaming about big things that are bigger than where you're at right now? What drives you? I had somebody ask me once, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And at the time, I felt like that was a noble question. So if you have, let's say somebody says, where do you see yourself in 20 years? Well, none of us really know. We can't predict what 20 years is going to look like. So I feel like a better question is 20 years from now, what will you be wishing you had done today? You'll be glad you showed up, made that call, set the goal. You'll be glad that you loved your husband and kids, that you worshiped your Lord, that you ate a salad instead of a cheeseburger. What will make you proud in 20 years? Think about it. It's huge. It starts today. Are you teachable? Do you take advice? Do you seek out answers for questions that you don't know the answers to? Do you check your ego at the door? Do you admit when you're wrong? Another thing about being part of a leader that has a great community is integrity. Do you do what you say you're going to do, even when nobody knows if you followed up or followed through with that or not? Be a person of excellence. Practice excellence in your marriage, your language, your behaviors and actions, and your reactions. Be trustworthy. Got my notes out of order here. People will notice those things about you. You will set yourself apart. You'll set our team apart. And people will want to follow us and follow you. They'll want to work with you and host with you. The second part of I Hope You Dance is learn the music. We've already set the stage, and now it's time to learn the music. Do things the right way. I have something for you here. A little boy came running into the house saying, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy, I did a good deed today." "Oh yeah?" Mommy said. "Yeah, me and Johnny and Billy and Stevie," Mommy interrupted. "Johnny and Billy and Stevie and I." Yeah. "Johnny and Billy and Stevie and I. Well, we helped an old lady across the street today." Mommy, after fixing that grammar, said, "Well, that's nice, honey. Why did it take 4 of you?" Well, because she didn't want to go." So we think that's funny, right? I mean, that's really funny. But the truth is you can't force anyone to do something that they don't want to do, or you won't have a great business for very long. And so get your mind right. Part of learning the music is getting your mind right. Only seek the approval of people you respect and look up to. I respect Erica Allen, our Red Jacket leader. She is who I run to for questions and answers and encouragement. I respect Jody Zimmerman, our Faithfully Clean leader. I respect what she thinks. I care about what they think of me, about what they think about how I run my team, and about the way I conduct myself and especially represent NORWEX. I hope in time you'll learn to respect me and care about what I think of your business. I too get negative Nellies, those people or negative Nancys every once in a while, and you will too. They can take the wind out of my sails for a bit. It's true. But by dwelling on them and making it bigger than it has to be, or by not running to my leadership for encouragement, I am literally trading the Erica and the Jody for a nincompoop. So don't even let them waste your time and your thinking. Get your mind right. Ask questions. There's 2 team pages that you have to ask questions. You can always ask me questions. I don't ever feel like a question is dumb. Sometimes I'll just answer it for you, and sometimes I'll direct you to where you can find that answer for yourself. Usually home office or Nora or our office suite. Another thing, read the catalog. That is something that Jody has drilled into me. Read the catalog, because we feel like we know what each of the products say. There's also the information sheets, but the catalog especially is what our customers are looking at. And so when we say something and a customer says, but here in the catalog it says this, and you're thinking, oh really? Ooh. So be reading the catalog, because that's important. Go through the training videos that are on our office suite, not just YouTube. First of all, not everything on YouTube is accurate or true. Second of all, it may not be current. I know even we talk about boiling, and now we talk about deep clean versus boiling. There's things that are said on YouTube that were fine at the time, but they're not current anymore. And so be current with the business. Go through those training videos. They're important. And there's times when I go back and I listen to the ones. Some of them are just kind of an audio, and some of them are a video, and take the time. Read and listen to audios often. Now, I just said the word audio, but I know my parents, when they were growing a business when I was young, they listened to cassette tapes constantly. And now we have CDs, we have podcasts. Those things, the podcasts are available through our office suite. So you have to kind of look those up. That's a brand new feature, just started in January of 2017. But listen to other audios and speakers, and read as well. Be a voracious reader. Find books on leadership and books on building business and keeping your attitude right, things like that. How to Win Friends, Influence People by Dale Carnegie is amazing. It's an oldie but a goodie. If you haven't read it, definitely get yourself a copy. You can get it for a few bucks on Amazon and get it. Do you know why I listen to so many audios and motivational speakers so often? It's because when I'm not listening to them, I'm listening to me. And me doesn't always say things that are encouraging or uplifting. Me gets full of doubt. And so be listening to someone else. Some of my favorite speakers and authors to look up and listen to or read after. Take note of some of these names if you really don't know of people. First of all, my favorite one ever is Chris Brady. He's funny, he's energetic, engaging. He's my favorite. So look him up, Chris Brady. There's Orrin Woodward. There's John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Stephen Covey, Danny Johnson. All of these are wonderful, approved, well-recommended speakers and author, and I wouldn't be afraid for you to pick up any one of their audios or their books and read it. It will really help you. The third and final part to this talk is about hoping you dance. And first of all, we've set the stage or built the stage. We've learned the music, and now we need to choose to dance. You're going to have to overcome your obstacles. There are obstacles. There's babysitting issues. There's financial issues. There's time issues, health issues. I get it. I have been through every single one of those, and I still face them. Don't think that just because I show up to everything, that I drive to retreat, or I flew by myself to convention. Do not think that I did not have serious babysitter, financial, health, and time issues. I faced all 4, and some of them were extreme for different times. You're going to have to shut up your internal critic. Yeah. You're going to have a party every once in a while that you doubt yourself, or that you poured your heart into and you only have 250 in sales. You have to shut up that inner critic. It's going to happen. It's worth it. Plug through, plow through. You're going to have to think big and dream big, and ultimately find and know your why. What drives you in this business? Why continue when it's not fun? Why continue when somebody says no and you don't have another booking for the next month? Share your why at each party. It will become so exciting to you once you hear yourself say it enough times, and you will become passionate about it, and it will show, and other people want to catch your vision train. Have the courage to ask each person if they can see themselves getting paid to share NORWEX with their friends and family. Do you know the new plan that NORWEX has set out? And there's a brand new video about it. You'll notice on Home Office. You'll notice that right on your dashboard is 422. So consistently hold 4 parties each month. Book 2 parties from each of those parties and have 2 conversations about recruiting conversations about sharing the business. And so you'll notice more of that on that video. But have the courage to ask each person, and if you have a private checkout, you don't have to look them in the eye if you're so nervous. It can be a matter of figuring out their sales tax as you're putting it onto the order form, and just say, did it cross your mind? Can you imagine yourself making a great income by sharing these simple cloths? And no matter what they said, you planted a seed. You did your job. All you have to do is ask. One of the biggest things, it hit me when somebody said the biggest reason why people don't go to church is simply because they weren't asked. And so if people were just simply asked or invited, they would come. I think that's amazing. So if you just have a few of those conversations a month, your team will grow, your pay will rise, and you will become a fantastic leader. You're going to have to be consistent. So whatever consistent looks like for you, consistent in phone calls, consistently holding a party a week, I want you to actually make a note of how many parties you would like to have this year. However many you had in January, go ahead and count that in the number. I'm going to be giving you or sending you a tool in the mail with these notes, and I want you to take a Sharpie and write that number down on the blank that I've provided for you. We'll revisit this maybe at the end of the year in January next year. I just want to encourage you to be consistent and dream big. You're going to have to dance when it's tempting to sit it out. There's going to be times when you don't feel like going, or you don't feel like making the call, or sending another message, or finding another booking to put on the calendar. You're going to feel like sitting this one out. Just this one, right? I'll pick up the next dance. But I want you to picture with me that you're in the auditorium, you're behind this curtain, the curtain's still closed, you've learned the music, you know the dance moves by heart, this is what you've practiced for, this is what you've planned for, this is it, it's time. And then the curtain slowly opens and the audience begins to go from a roar to a quiet whisper. And all eyes are on you. So the stage is set, the music is on, your director cues you from the sidelines, and now it's time to dance.